Hi, my name is Ron Renner. In this Interac tutorial, we are going to look at VisualLink. In this first video, part 1, we will look at what VisualLink is, and we will look at a basic example using a query to bring a table into Excel. Part 2 will build upon that. Part 3, my favorite, we will show how to use a query to bring information into a single cell. And part 4, we will look at advanced concepts, such as security and a few other tips. What is VisualLink? It's software which provides open database connectivity between Interac and productivity programs such as Excel, Access, and many others. ODBC was developed by Microsoft and other companies to enable a broad range of applications such as Excel to link to a broad range of databases such as Interac. In our normal topology, we have an Interac server, and then we have various users such as payroll, general ledger, client accounting, whatever. With the addition of VisualLink, we now have access to the Interac data through a wide variety of products. VisualLink is not something you find on a menu. It is a behind-the-scenes piece of software. This video assumes that you've already licensed VisualLink from Intersoft and have probably worked with customer support to get it going. Or it might just be a firm looking at purchasing VisualLink. In this example, we'll use MS Query in Excel to create a simple table. We'll use point and click. Once created, the spreadsheet can be saved, and you no longer need to go through the drill of creating the connection, and the data can be easily refreshed. I'd like to point out that Microsoft Office 365 is used in these tutorials with no add-ins. We are in a blank Excel spreadsheet and are going to extract information from Interac. First, we'll go to Data, click on that, come over to Get Data, and we will choose from other sources. And from what comes up, we will choose from Microsoft Query. We'll go down and select our data source, and this should be here if you have VisualLink installed. We will uncheck Query Wizard if it is checked, so we want that blank. Click OK. We are now in the Microsoft Query portion of Excel, and here is our list of tables available. They are in alphabetic order. We can see we have accounts payable, accounts receivable, equipment costing, general ledger, job cost, payroll, purchase orders, time and billing, subcontractor control, and so forth. We will come up and, for our example, use our vendor file. We will add that, and that's the only table we're going to use in this query. We will look at multiple tables in part 2. Click Close. And I like to grab this line, drag it down, and expand this box. Makes it much easier to see what we have. If you click asterisk, you get all fields, but we don't really want to do that. I'm going to scroll down and look for the vendor number. These are in alphabetic order, and here it is. The key fields are typically highlighted. Double click on it, and you can see our vendors coming in from Interac down below. Now, if we happen to know that name is vendor name, I can just press N and it jumps right to it without having to scroll to it. So once you've worked with this a few times, you'll pick up what a few of these field names are. I'll double click name. Next we'll take purchases year to date. And you can see our information is drawing in down below. At this point, I'm going to come to File and return data to Microsoft Excel. And we will bring it right into the highlighted position here by clicking OK. And here we have the information from Interac. Now let's look at the second line, GB Lumber Company, and I'm going to tab over to Interac and note that it's CO. We'll come to Vendor Maintenance, make a change to that particular vendor, and I'm going to change it from CO to company. Click OK. I'm coming back over to our Excel spreadsheet, and it still is as it was. However, if I come up to Data, refresh, you'll watch right here, and you'll see that it'll take a fresh look at all the data. In fact, it brought everything back over. So this is very interactive. Now let's assume we're going to save the spreadsheet. And I'm just going to call it sample 1. And we're going to close the spreadsheet. And let's reopen it. And now I'd like to demonstrate how the background MS query work is still in play. We can see we have JB Lumber Company. I will open an Interac window. We will go to that vendor, and we will change it from company to corporation. Click OK, and I'll return to the spreadsheet. We'll go up to Data, click Refresh, and when we click Refresh, you'll see this name change. There, we've refreshed. So this demonstrates that the background formatting we did to draw the data into our spreadsheet was retained when we saved the spreadsheet. This has been an example of how to draw information from Interac into Excel through VisualInk. To summarize part 1, we've demonstrated the interactivity between Excel and Interac. We've demonstrated the MS query portion is retained when the spreadsheet is saved. And our example was accounts payable, but it could have just as easily been payroll, job costs, purchase orders, or virtually any other Interac app. A real key point, I think, is an Excel sheet could be made by someone knowledgeable in using VisualInk, like we just did, then emailed to another person whose workstation has been enabled for VisualInk, regardless of whether they have access to normal Interac apps or not. For further capabilities, please watch part 2, where we will build upon the query we just did, plus a few other things. Part 3, where we query into a single cell, which I think is extremely powerful. And part 4, we'll look at some advanced concepts. Thank you for viewing.